So hello everyone, welcome to our channel. So today in this video we are going to talk about locomotion and movement. So the chapter name comprises of two words, the word locomotion as well as the movement. So the very first word we are going to talk about is locomotion. What is locomotion? So movements that result in the change in position. The very respective word is change in position. For example, walking, swimming, etc. is termed to be as locomotion. Okay. Now we will talk about the second word, which is movement. What is movement? So movement is the change in posture, change in postures, which may or may not result in the change in position is termed to be as movement. If there is change in position, then it is said to be locomotion. But if there is only change in posture, it is termed to be as movement. So, from this point, we get a very clear idea that all locomotions are movement, but all movements are not locomotion. So, now the second thing which the question arises in our mind is why locomotion is required? Why do we need locomotion? So, we need to locomote from one area to another area for capturing food or for in search of mating partners as well as in search of shelters with. Now, why do we need shelters? To defend ourselves from the enemies. So this is why we need locomotion. So locomotion is required for four things. The very first, capturing food. The second, searching of mating partners. Third, search of shelter. And the fourth, defense from enemies. Now, here I have made two notes which are of Paramecium and Hydra. So when we talk about Paramecium, so Paramecium has cilia, outgrowths on a body. Now, this cilia can help in for capturing food as well as for locomotion. Now, this cilia. So, by seeing the cilia of this Paramecium, we get a clear idea that it is not always necessary to have different locomotion as well as different capturing food or organs or those cellular aggregations, but we can also have the same ones and get that. Okay, so here we need to see that food is present in the water as cilia is present in. Cilia is an aquatic animal. Why would we say it? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm saying cilia. I'm talking about Paramecium, saying cilia. So, Paramecium is an aquatic animal. We could not say it animal because it's unicellular and present in the plant kingdom's first kingdom, which is the Protista. Okay, so let's talk about Hydra. Now, Hydra is present in animal kingdom. Is an animal consist of more than, it could have a cellular organization or a tissue level organization. Please answer me in the comment box. So here is the Hydra. Hydra comprises from the phylum Coelenterata, which is also said to be Ctenophora. So they have tentacles which could help them for locomotion as well as capturing of food. Now, here I've drawn this tentacles of the Hydra, where tentacles have those stinging cells which infect and gives poison to the other one and poison the other one. We could say that na zehar lag jata hai isse. Now, here is the entry of food via the opening present in the Hydra. Now, when we talk about methods of locomotion, so there are the dependence of methods of locomotion depends upon habitat as well as the demand of situation. If a lion is in front of me, then I would have to run. Na? It's a demand of situation. I need to run to save my life. So these are the methods of locomotion on which they depends upon. Now, there are three types of movements. When we talk about movements, there are three types of movement. So, the very first is the amoeboid movements, the second one is the ciliary, as well as the third one is the muscular movement. When we talk about amoeboid movements, what are amoeboid movements? So, the movement with the help of pseudopodia. What is pseudopodia? The word pseudo means false. We have also learned about an cockroach where they have pseudopenis. We could also relate it from physics where we have pseudo force concept and all. So this is all about amoeboid movement. So the presence of false feet, which is the extension of cytoplasm with the help of cytoskeletal filament. Now the cytoskeletal filament is made up of actin protein. We have learned about it in cell chapter. Okay. So the examples on which the amoeboid movement is seen are the macrophages. Macrophages are the cells which protect our body cells, other body cells, some WBCs, and specially amoeba. Because when we are talking about amoeboid movement, the word itself suggests that it should present in amoeba. Then we talk about the ciliary movement. When we say about ciliary movement, what are cilia? So the tubular structures are lined with cilia. Now the cilia are the outgrowths, hair-like outgrowths which work like oars. So the tubular structures are lined with cilia that helps in the movement, and this type of movement is termed as ciliary movements, which helps in the movement. Now in the chapter structural organization in animals, we have seen that ciliated epithelium. So ciliated epithelium is present in fallopian tubes as well as in trachea. Now, in fallopian tubes, they provide the movement of ova, the cilia, the way the cilia moves, the movement of ova occurs, as well as it is also present in the trachea, where they provide the movement of mucus. So this is all about ciliary movements. Now, if we talk about muscular movements, so muscular movements is the movement with the help of muscles in a coordinated fashion with the help of nervous system and also with the skeletal system. Skeleton system is a system comprised of bones, muscular system comprised of muscles, and nervous system comprised of neural coordination. So this was all about muscular system. Now, if we talk about the examples of muscular system, everyone knows that movement of limbs, movement of jaw. This could be an example of muscular system. Okay. Now, in this topic, we are also going to talk about flagellar movement. What is a flagella? Flagella is a long tube-like structure present in the... We have learned about all those in cell chapter. है ना? It has three parts, the hook, the basal body, है ना? And the large one. Okay. Now, if we talk about the flagellar movement, so this type of movement is with the help of flagella, and the examples in which this type of movement is present is euglena. Now euglena, everyone knows that we have a longitudinal flagella as well as a transverse flagella. Now when we talk about spermatozoa, spermatozoa moves with a flagellar movement, a very fast flagellar movement present in spermatozoa, whereas when we talk about sponges, porifers, these are the very first classification we have learned about all those phylums in those chapter. Which chapter are we talking about? So we are talking about the chapter structural organization in animals. Okay, so this was all about for today. Now in the next session we are all going to learn about what is the muscle, what are the sections of muscle. We are going to cut the longitudinal section of muscle, and I have written these very pretty notes for you all, and I would also provide this to all of you. Okay, thank you so much.